The mystery of the forest solved, our heroes journey into its heart. There they meet a girl who calls herself a woodlander. He leads them to her home nestled deep in the bewildering wood. Home that soon burns in an unimaginable tragedy. Home she did not own, leaving her marred in debt. Driven to pay her way to freedom, she joins the heroes in the quest to fell the dragon. She embraces her new compatriots and leaves the wood behind. Their next stop, a curious village where monsters and humankind coexist. Chapter 3, Unionville. Head east to Unionville, or to the Unionville. Time to explore. Huh. 6 armor, 19 damage. Still weak to wind? Those enemies take 3 damage. Yikers. How rude. Treasure. 1,000 money. Critis levels. Ready aim fire at send to own attack for 2 turns. Treasure discovered. The last one. Zap smoke adds 5 bolt damage to target takes for 3 turns. There's Unionville.
The wind picks up speed. A tornado is forming.
Hey, I avoided the danger.
You anticipate the tornado's path correctly and avoid getting swept up.
Ah. What if I poison you? Ooh, what if I don't poison you? Yikes. Goof. Okay. Yeah. Got rid of one. Oof, big damage. Huh. Get some healing. Oh, she's down. You know, it's could have revived during battle using elixir, otherwise it will revive with 1 HP when the battle's over. Fine by me. Store my mage for a second. She can do Zephyr. Battle tactics. Struck foe with elements that they are weak to thrice in a single battle. Well deserved. Fulfilled the necessary requirements and unlocked Umbrella Goblin's enemy story. Umbrals? Umbrella. Umbral. Oh, it's like critical attacks. Ooh.
You did great.
Your protection.
You were surprised to find a merchant selling goods in a place like this.
Yeah, sure, why not?
You decide to take a look, and the merchant welcomes you energetically. These are my unsold wares. I would be happy to sell to you for a fraction of the price, the old woman says as she lines up some medicine bottles before you.
Quality solve, antidotes, creative defensor, unsealer. We're doing the unsealer. Probably doing the invigorants.
I'm closing for the day, she announces as she packs up her goods. It seems you won't be able to do any more shopping here.
Damn it, I wanted to sell. Display gold earned from victory times 2. Nice. Oh? More armor? Bruh. That's sick. Really? You couldn't get the one? Ooh, lots of money. More leveled up.
Pick up a scrap of paper dropped by some manner of monster. It has a message scrawled on it in crude lettering.
Stolen treasure. Harbor Peninsula. Where see the sea.
Clearly, whoever dropped this message did not want to forget where the stolen treasure is hidden. You stash the scrap of paper in your pack and resolve to keep an eye out for the treasure on your travels.
Alright. So your item limit, you'll need to use or discard one. Use a salve. You get hurt. No.
About the enemy.
What the hell is this? They have 50 defense? Oh shit. Aw. Poison? Yeah. Are you weak to electric? They are. I think I should have saved my stuff. Crap. Of course. Please do a lot. That'll do. Just doing it the one tick. Oh.
Thunder roars overhead. Watch out for lightning.
Ooh, one. Ow.
Zap. Lightning hits you and your friends dead on, leaving you charred and smoking.
Oh, 10 damage? Bruh.
Look, you two, it's the sea, Ridis exclaims, frolicking in glee. You, on the other hand, trudge along as far as you can from the coast, ignoring the hair sticking to your forehead.
Yum.
Feeling something at your feet, you glance down. There's something underneath your boot. It appears you've stepped on a monster's cape, making it very upset. It attacks you in fury.
Oh shit, sorry mate. I said sorry to trigger during the battle.
Don't
Yep.
hold back.
Shoot. Not ready. What if we... Where's like... wind damage, bolt damage... Artifacts with elemental resist down takes +5 damage from attacks with specified elements. Continuously or just whatever? For one attack. Continuously. Yikes!
Oof.
Let's get that revive. Yeah, revives. Healing. You last for more than one hit. Ow. Under. Ow. So no, the revive, yeah? Could I heal? I guess.
was lucky.
Of course, fine. Again. All allies and enemies tax all land. I can't believe I made it out. I did have to use some revive though. Which is fine, it's fine, it's fine. That's a lot of experience. Yay. Spinning Ray. Deal light damage to all enemies. Ooh. She gains 2 levels. Poison the Dryads. Gain immunity to poison. Deadly poison. Generate 2 gems. Demonic Dance. Provoke all enemies' attention until the next action is taken. Oh. Your beautiful melody. What do you do? On the road home in autumn's twilight, my heart is. How do you continue the song? Thinking of home, lonely, hungry.
Finishing the line with feelings about one's hometown. The woman's eyes overflow with tears. Oh, mother. She wipes her tears. This beautiful ode to homesickness is now complete. Thanks to you, she says, and presents you with a gift.
Supreme Self. Thick.
About the enemy.
Oh god, not this thing again. Suspect with attack down, have lower attack. Alright, skills? Don't want to cure anymore. Spinning Ray? Sure. Anything for you, or is it just what you have is what you have? What you have is what you have. Do we want to generate spells, or do we want to keep? I want to keep this. Trying to think of a way to make it better. Deal damage, regenerate. Demonic Dance. Yeah. Because that way it bypasses high defense and then regenerates and still takes all the damage. Makes sense to me. Abilities. Oh, they're stacked. Oh, nice. Oh, so she's doubly immune to poison now. Meaning I could probably give someone else the ring. Right. In theory.
You come across two men sitting on a rock. They take no notice of you or the party, but you can hear their fervent discussion. You listen in and deduce that they are a pair of thieves. You lean in, trying to hear what else the thieves are talking about. You catch pieces of the conversation here and there. Listen, about that loot. Head south from the harbor and cross the mountains. It sounds like they've just told you where to find their stolen loot. You hastily grab a scrap of paper, write down what you've heard, and quietly sneak away.
Head south from the harbor and cross the mountains. Either view the hint this treasure at any time by selecting key items menu. Maybe we'll find it. Maybe. One day. Oh, is that enemies attack +3? Double tap. Wow. Got a super crit.
Great.
Oh, guard.
An armor-clad knight stands, exuding an extraordinarily powerful aura. The knight faces you and asks, "Might you be challengers?" But after sizing you up for a long moment, his shoulders slump and he mutters, "No, you are not yet ready. Grow strong, young ones," he says, then returns to standing in silence. It appears he awaits a stalwart warrior to challenge him.
Wonder who this warrior is going to be. Or if it's going to be me, just at a higher level. Oh good, more of these. Great, love it. I want to see spinning ray. I want to see what it looks like. Cool. Might be dead. I do not want her to attack.
That was lucky.
Yeah, it was. Not going down today. Oh god. Maybe she is. She is. Darn.
Ouch.
All right. One. Nah, well. It's weak to it. It's fine. You fulfilled the necessary requirements to unlock the Aqua Rocks enemy story. I have 2 stories to look at. Monsters. Let's see. Monsters. It was this? Umbral Goblin. Activated by violence, Umbral Goblins relish using weapons that maim their enemies, and they're said to be elated by the sound and sensation of cracking their enemies' bones. Demons incessant bullying from their supposed mates is what snapped these goblins. Perhaps humans are not the only ones preoccupied with fitting into society at large. Alright, and then these guys. Aqua Rock. All who lay eyes on the Aqua Rock are taken in by their beauty, only for the spirit within to devour their souls in the service further polishing its vessel. The vessel polished, the spirits pass on, leaving behind a gemstone frequently sold in illicit markets. Persons said to pay what their lives is worth to own one. A chest. Oh, good. Another way to revive. Because I'm gonna need it. And then we're back at the start. Get hit by 3, die immediately. What the hell? Unfortunate. What do you say? Unionville.
Let's head to Unionville first, shall we?
Way to shoreland. Oh, shoot. Increases bolt damage.
And fight.
Huh. Could be bad. Poison? Works. Burn damage, either one. Healing for you. Should have hit the other one. Definitely should have hit the other one. Oh well. Healing for... Oh, you both need healing. Stop healing. Nice dodge. Oh no, not my archer. How dare be burned. Nice. Leveled up. Please no hit. Damn it.
That one almost hit you. You glance over your shoulder and see Melanie, charred and smoking.
Guess the rest of that is done. So this time for sure. Yeah.
You and your friends are lucky enough to make it through without being struck by lightning once.
Alright, so this area is all done. Make our way around this area, and then we should be good. Hang on the grass, you find an old telescope. Oh! What do we see? Blade? Brush up. It's a woman.
But what you saw was only an old woman. You and your friends stumble over one another and barrel straight into her. Ow, someone shouts. Seems like someone met the wrong end of the knife the woman was holding when you collided. I didn't do it, cries the woman, running off without even a hint of remorse.
Head of your party took 8 damage. Ow. Yeah, I did. Shockwave. Deal bolt damage, inflicts paralysis if roll is 4 or greater. Money. Sick. Shall I go investigate to see if I can find the treasures first, or shall I go to these, like, little dungeon areas? The town. South. Up here, past the mountains. Close to the mountains? Huh. Not ready to fight these things yet. Thunder. I'll go up, why not? And that's why I healed up. Stuff like that happens. Are leveled up. A 3-2 water damage dealt by all allies and enemies. I don't have water damage though. What the heck? Let's see. Oil pot. A little flame. Unnecessary requirements to unlock the Treant's enemy story. Depending on where look, let's see a suspicious elder person before him, but who wants to test the brew? Ritas?
Ritas remarks that she's been feeling thirsty. She snaps up the bottle and happily gulps down its contents. Ritas's nose begins to twitch. She begins furiously sniffing the air around her. Has the brew heightened her sense of smell? Is it turning her into a dog? Both? She trots off, only to return sometime later from a great distance away with something in her hands. She tosses it toward you. Your eyes gradually focus on the bomb? It's a bomb! Has she gone mad? Despite your abject panic, you somehow manage to softly pluck the bomb out of the air and prevent it from obliterating the party.
You obtain the bomb. Nice, question mark.
Something's catching the sunlight just so. You move closer to get a better look at it. You find a chest lodged in the hollow of a tree.
Where? It's all sand.
Something about this feels familiar. You fish a note out of your pack. Sure enough, this is the location those thieves mentioned when you were eavesdropping. Quite convinced you found their stash, you open the chest with a self-satisfied smirk on your face.
Warrior's Mail. Oh my god. Plus 12 in defense. Equipment. I'm assuming Mar. Equip it. Do want to work out that team. Party. Switch these two. I want what? Abilities. No. It's skills. This is fine. We want shockwave. I guess. So it would deal bonus damage anyways. We did this. And we have you generate stones, but what will we get rid of is the question. Zephyr. This looks about right. I just want to try it and see what it's like.
A bizarre rock appeared. It seems primed to explode.
Let's see if it comes after it explodes.
The bizarre rock transformed into a fear rock. The only way out of this fight is through it.
Huh. How bad is this? Pretty bad. Pretty bad. Makes me wish I hadn't actually traded out my guy.
Oh?
Poisoned, charged spells. Set Mar to provoke. Or charge spell. And deal double damage. Something. It's decent. It's not fantastic. I wish I could do 4 party members. Cards picked with defense have lower defense. Yep. How that works. You fulfill the necessary requirements and unlock the Lizard Squire's enemy story. Great. Lizard Squire. Says what? These humanoid lizards rarely hesitate to attack, for they see each and every passing adventurer as an opportunity to prove themselves in battle. During mating season, their belligerence fades and the males turn their gaze upon the females, flowers clutched tightly in hand. They are decidedly stunted lovers. Aw.
You can't go in there.
Orc wildlings. Orc wildlings. Orc wildlings are a short-tempered lot who heaps scorn on any creature weaker than themselves. Most often they can be found attempting the theft of money or equipment. Wildlings frequently spar in order to keep their skills sharp. Battles with no clear winner reportedly produce mutual respect and endearing friendships.
You come across a gaping hole in the ground. A sign beside it depicts a piece of armor, followed by, "Do not drop this in the hole." It's only human to want to do exactly what you're told not to.
Drop the knight's armor picture on the sign into the hole.
However willing you might be, you don't have the armor depicted, so you walk away.
Oh. Good.
You spy a rather large number of monster prints on the ground. A wry smile plays across your lips as you remove the scrap of paper from your pack. You pull from your pack the note a monster dropped near the musty tower. You feel around in the grass for a few moments before your hand strikes something surprisingly firm. The scrap of paper tells no lies. You greedily open the chest.
Lots of money. Sick. Now we can go to town. Or should we go to the shrine? We'll go to town. And then see if we need anything else in the shrine.
You see something approaching from up ahead. A monster, Melanie shouts, readying for battle. Mr. Flobby, get back here. It's dangerous out there, a young girl chides, taking the creature back to the village. It seems you've finally arrived at Unionville, a village where humans and monsters live together in peace. What a weird place, remarks Ridis lightheartedly. I like it. We aren't staying a moment longer than necessary, says an unsettled Melanie, her distaste for monsters plain on her face.
Unionville. Ask the denizens in Unionville what they know about the dragon. But first, what can we buy? Mistral Blade for 1,000 gold? Ooh. And Thunder Staff. I guess. Thunder Staff. Air Splitter. Take the knight's armor. Oh, it says we own it. Take a spare one. Knight's chainmail. Speed down by 1, but defense up by 6. Oh, we already have one, don't we? Yeah. An equip. For you. New protection. We still already own, yeah? Yeah, we own 2. Biostay ring protects against fire. Buy it. Water stay ring. Wind. Lightning. Oh. Thank you for your wares. Valve, curative, defroster. One defroster. We have the protect. We don't have it invigorate. Cool. Let's see. We have all this and the bellwether. We're good. Fill those necessary requirements and unlock the item shop girl's flip side story. What's her story? Item shop girl's story. She was a quick hire. Her gentle disposition was sure to attract a few more customers. They figured no one would be prepared for the crush of customers that ensued. Her hiring was ultimately a failure. The damages wrought by her carelessness far outweighed the profits and left the store a shambles.
Any travelers with magical little critters can stay for free, the innkeeper informs you. It appears the headman's long-standing pronouncement on the welcoming of all magical creatures also applies to you and your party.
That's nice. Alright, townsfolk, what you got?
The woman frowns deeply, claiming the cakes she bought for her beloved furball have all been eaten by someone else. A quiet furball sits with crumbs around its mouth. The child says his monster friend left the village suddenly to go back home. He claims the headman told him that he could go home when he grew up too. The little orc child pouts, but I don't know where my home is. The village headman is a renowned gourmet, and rumor has it he only dines on the finest foods. The man says he wishes he too could have such a lavish meal just once in his life. His deep desire for delicacies only growing with time.
We felt the necessary requirements to unlock the average man's flip side story. Average man. Not a day passes that he doesn't wear his shirt and arrange his clothes just like the way she liked. She was the prettiest girl in the village, and one day he was sure she'd notice him. Before long, the village was full of men who dressed the same and wore their hair the exact same way. He ceased to be able to tell any of them apart. Oh, average man. How lost in the crowd you are.
Wow. A new friend, and so big, too, the furball exclaims in glee as it rushes over to Mar. Mar stares off into the distance as the furball snuggles up to his leg. For some reason, Riddis joins in on the cuddling. Lately, a suspicious man cloaked in black has been seen wandering about the village outskirts. The old woman looks at Melanie and remarks that he was dressed just like her.
Oh?
The little orc child is engrossed in a fairy tale. The title reads, The Legend of the Dragon.
What story could this be? You peek, picture books are for kids.
You take a peek into the picture book and come across a passage that piques your interest.
Greeted by the king's army, the dragon hid itself away.
To where, you wonder? Then recall that this is merely a fairy tale. Having no interest in children's picture books, you continue on your way. However, does your mouth become so filthy, Mr. Flobby? Sighs the girl as she wipes the slime clean. Clearly embarrassed, Mr. Flobby murmurs, "That's not my mouth." A young boy wanders up to your group in wide-eyed wonder. You surmise his curiosity stems from the lack of travelers visiting the village. You realize you are right when he assails you with questions about your origins and adventures. The Inquisition leaves you exhausted.
Fill in necessary requirements and launch this simple boy's flip side story. Simple boy. This little boy loves climbing trees. Just watch. Today he's going to climb the big tree in the square. This little boy loves his big sister. Today he's going to climb a big tree to have a look-see in his sister's room. Cringe, brother. Cringe. Hey, Tom. Hey, Tommy. How's the peeping, Tommy?
The little goblin sulks as he gazes upon the withering flowers he tried so desperately to take care of. He looks at you with tears in his eyes, silently begging you for help.
Will you use something to save the wilted flowers? Salve, dump water over it, give it nothing.
You pour the salve onto the flowers, and they stand up tall. The goblin cries out in happiness and thanks you for your help. He then holds something out to you.
A card. The mysterious card 5 from the goblin.
The goblin stares lovingly at the beautiful flowers.
You're welcome.
And gobbles them up.
Oh, never mind.
Healthy flowers are the tastiest, he proclaims in glee. Did he grow those flowers just to eat them? You ask the old man if he knows anything about the dragon. No, sir, he answers. All I know is that it brings more trouble to this already troubled world. But our headman is a wise and worldly man. He might know something, he remarks, pointing at a house not far away.
Ask Unionville's headman, what do you know about the dragon?
Travelers, you hear a voice call from somewhere. Down here, at thy feet, you look down to see a small clump of fur by your boots. The clump of fur speaks. I am Lappy, and I should like to journey forth with thee. Lappy the furball looks at you with amiable expectations.
How do you respond? What will makes you think you will be your friend? Alright, let the adventure begin.
Why do you want to join us? You ask candidly. I heard a voice calling my name, so I must find to whom it belongs, he answers with a faraway gaze. No more monsters, comes Melanie's cold reply. When you say more, do you mean Mar? You ask. But Melanie doesn't answer. Thoroughly rejected by Melanie, Lappy bursts into tears. Lappy says he has no friends because of his aged face and speech. All alone, he decided to leave the village on a journey. Your party is silenced by the crying child with the face of a grown man. You tell Melanie to be nice and quip that both she and Lappy could use a friend. Exhausted from arguing with you, Melanie half-heartedly agrees. Fine, we can be friends. However, she says that they are on a dangerous journey to defeat the dragon. As such, they cannot take a child with them. Lappy leaps up and hugs her in his excitement, exclaiming, "Thou hast made me so happy."
Looks like Melanie and Lappy became friends. And
Till
she pushed him
next
away.
time, Melanie says, peeling Lappy off of her and placing him on the ground. Though she thought all monsters to be evil, Melanie feels that the ones here are different. Finally, a friend.
To Unionville's headmaster or headman's home? Yeah. Hello, sir.
You bow, but before you can speak, the man suddenly introduces himself as the village headman. He laughs, then shamelessly praises his own village as being wondrous and peaceful. And who are you? He asks.
Will you answer? The heroes who are going to take down the dragon, just a troop of traveling entertainers.
After explaining that you are on a quest to defeat the dragon, the headman invites you to rest your feet a bit in his village. He says that he had heard rumors of the dragon when he traveled the world. You must be tired from your journey. Have a seat. I will have my chef prepare a feast, the headman says, then claps his hands twice to summon a stewardess. Extravagant dishes that you have never seen before are placed on the table before you, each one looking more delicious than the last. You're drooling, Melanie scowls. You hadn't even noticed. You wipe your mouth with your sleeve, then gasp as you turn to Mar. Perhaps in an attempt to hold himself back, Mar is gnawing on the table corner. There, we'll eat soon, you reassure Mar while gently stroking his head. The doors fly open in the next instant, and a girl runs in. With tears in her eyes, she tells you that her dear companion, Mr. Flobby the Slime, is missing. The headman's eyes go wide in surprise. We must find that slime right away, he says anxiously. You are starving, but it doesn't look like you'll be able to partake of the feast before you because of Mr. Flobby's disappearance.
On a card, slightly reveal what it contains. We'll look for it. I can't take it anymore. How much of a schmuck are we? How much do we want to deal? We'll look for it, as we say, with beat in our mouth.
We will find your slime, and then we feast, you add quietly. Melanie reminds you that you are here to get clues about the dragon from the headman. What's the difference? Literally everything. Hunger taking its toll, you two begin to argue. Brave heroes, the headman interjects, then bows his head. Would you please find her slime? It appears the story has hit a standstill until you find the missing Mr. Flobby. You need to hear the whole story from the young girl.
Of course. I don't miss Poppy's friends. Hudson Toll. Just want to talk to him again.
The headman says we must find that slime quickly, or else.
Or else.
It seems like the girl who left the headman's house ran away in tears. The elderly man says she cannot have gone far. The goblin dutifully tends his flower bed, eagerly anticipating the day they bloom. Melanie's friend Lappy is here. Lappy cuddles up to Melanie. Despite her hatred of monsters, Melanie doesn't seem to mind.
Aw.
The girl sobs, wailing about the missing Mr. Flobby. Melanie places her hand atop the girl's head and promises that your party will find her companion. The girl then hands something to Melanie. It looks like the muddy handkerchief she used to wipe Mr. Flobby. She asks Melanie to wipe Mr. Flobby with it after you find him.
And he received a handkerchief.
The girl claims to have searched the village but cannot find her friend anywhere. Regardless, looking aimlessly outside the village would be a waste of time. You decide to collect more information in the village.
Ask good people of Unionville to says where Master Floppy is.
She says she saw a suspicious man in black with a slime outside the village not long ago. She claims they went northwest together. Did that man take Mr. Flobby? You resolve to leave the village in search of the pair.
Your way northwest of Unionville. The shrine with us.
Though a torch is not strictly necessary, it would certainly help you find your way through the dimly lit shrine.
Voting by the camera has been restricted. Only the shrine for any sign to Mr. Floppy.
Your footing is obscured in the dimness of the shrine. You should probably proceed with caution. Though rushing forward, you slip and fall flat on your face.
One whole damage.
As you sit up, you realize your clothing is covered in something wet and sticky. You take a good look at the floor and see it lined in trails of viscous liquid. No doubt a slime or 200 have passed through here. It looks like poor Mr. Flobby is being held captive by the mystery man. Hand over that slime, you shout to the man in the dark. You speak as if I kidnapped him, he remarks curtly, turning to face you. When your eyes finally adjust to the surrounding darkness, you realize the man's clothes look eerily similar to Melanie's. Melanie's mouth falls open in surprise. It seems the man has noticed Melanie as well. It looks like the two know each other.
What do you suppose the relationship is? Maybe they're friends? They're wearing matching outfits.
The man says that he and Melanie came from the same village, where this was their native dress. The man's revelation makes you realize that you know almost nothing about Melanie's past.
Get a chance to find out more. These hometowns to childhood friends.
You ask Melanie about her hometown, but she holds her tongue. Then the man speaks. With forbidden magic, our clan has ensured the dragon, he begins, when Melanie cuts in. She rattles on about the man, telling you that he is Vince, a lunatic obsessed with the dragon. Vince resentfully claims that he is searching for the noble dragon to protect it. You ran away from home with your tail between your legs, he ridicules. Enraged, Melanie lunges at Vince. You have so many questions, but realize that the most pressing matter is getting Mr. Flobby back. So you ready for battle? Careful, he won't go down easy.
100 health. Oh god. Trying to imagine what to do. Hack up. Generate stones. Yeah, I figured something like that would happen. Ah. Shockwave or poison. Ooh, you resist. Ooh, I failed the roll. Oh. She's downed anyways. Rippy Roo. Oh well. My turn. Well, resist, right? My turn. Oh.
During the fight, Vince asks, "Do you know the truth about that village?" The headman may look like a nice old man, but he keeps those little monsters around to... He begins, but before he can finish... Winifred, Hedwin, and Berwin of the Ivory Order appear. The three brush you aside, fixing their attention on Vince. "So you are the one who disturbs the peace," they exclaim, then charge at him. The Ivory Order and that false justice they serve are the true evil here, he retaliates, fighting back.
This looks like he wants to say something. Level up. Rook Hunch. Gain immunity to paralysis. Ooh. Ah, so she does get EXP even when she's down. Okay, good to know. Lightning Proof. Decreases bolt damage by 5. Blubber. Gain immunity to freeze.
Seeing the two parties occupied with each other, you realize this is your chance to grab Mr. Floppy.
Save Mr. Floppy.
Vince is on equal footing with the three from the Order. You realize then that he wasn't fighting in earnest against you earlier. Engrossed in their battle, the combatants pay you no mind.
Huh.
Perhaps wary of humans, Mr. Floppy dashes out when you draw near.
Floppy escaped from the shrine. Catch him.
When you reach out to grab Mr. Floppy, he suddenly attacks. Lower Mr. Floppy's stamina to calm him down.
Nice poison. Just let the poison do the work at the moment. We'll have high enough defense anyways.
Exhausted from the fight, the raging Mr. Flobby finally stops attacking. But it seems he hasn't yet come to his senses. He glares warily at your party. Find something to help return Mr. Flobby to normal. You wipe Mr. Flobby's mouth with the handkerchief you received from the girl. Then you hear a quiet voice speak. "That's not my mouth," Mr. Flobby murmurs bashfully. It looks like the girl's familiar scent on the handkerchief returned him to normal. Having regained his senses, Mr. Flobby heads back to the village. You place the increasingly sticky handkerchief in your bag.
Went to Unionville.
Lappy approaches and tells you that Mr. Flobby has returned.
Oh, well, Mr. Poppy, now that he is safe and within the confines of Unionville.
The indiscriminately wary woman narrows her eyes at your group and says, "Now that I think about it, you all look suspicious to me." "I knew thou could do it," cries Lappy, wrapping around Melanie. The girl is ecstatic that Mr. Flobby is finally back home. "I'm happy for you," Melanie says with a smile as she returns the handkerchief. The girl bows her head and thanks you deeply. Mr. Flobby looks as slimy as ever. You just hope it's a happy slime. The headman wants us to bring Mr. Flobby to him. Would you mind, you ask? Of course not, but bring him back soon, she answers with a bright smile.
Hey, Mr. Poppy, before the Unionville's village headman. I don't think she's getting it back. You've received the necessary requirements to unlock Mr. Floppy's enemy story. Collection. Monsters? Mr. Floppy, it's everyone's favorite friendly villager slime, Mr. Floppy. You could find him playing house or racing against a girl in the village, his bestest friend forever. Mr. Floppy comes from a really big family. There's his sister, Plobly, his brother, Plebly, and his nephew, Booby. Sadly, none of them are with us. I wonder why. Booby. Of course they had me say that. Hey, guy.
I am so happy to see you safe and sound, the headman exclaims, giving Mr. Flobby a hug. You explain everything that happened, including the incident with Vince and the Ivory Order. He expresses his relief that the order will be taking care of the criminal. He then thanks you for your hard work and instructs his stewardess to prepare dinner for your party. You can feel your collective mouths watering at the sight of the lavish meal before you. You, Mar, and Ridis immediately dig in. You aren't sure where you find a moment to breathe among all the feasting. Please, eat to your heart's content, the headman insists with a smile. Once your belly is full, you realize that Mr. Flobby is gone. And then... Room for dessert? The headman asks, offering you a plate of slimy jelly. You feel your stomach churning at the very sight of it. The color strikes you as familiar, and the stickiness sends a shiver down your spine.
Could it be Mr. Floppy? Less thinking, more eating.
Is this Mr. Flobby? You ask the headman, your voice trembling in disbelief. The headman looks at you with a plain expression, one that holds no malice. Is that a problem? He questions back. This dish is a masterpiece, he remarks with a light-hearted chuckle as he gazes at the jelly. And I have you brave heroes to thank for it. Had you not brought that slime back, we would not be able to enjoy this exquisite dessert.
Take your leave of Unionville. Get out of here. This place is cringe.
You move to leave, but the headman stops you. I try to get my meat while it's still young and tender, but at least your pet is very plump, he remarks, licking his lips. He points at Mar and asks, would you consider leaving that creature here with me?
How do you respond? How much are you offering? More isn't for sale.
Never, you refuse flatly, not bothering to hide your discomfort. Think about it, he entreats. And then you grab the headman by his lapels, hands trembling in fury.
Time for a fight.
And fight.
This will be enough. 500 gold ain't bad.
You pummel the headman with all your might. Curled up on the ground, the headman groans in pain, but insists that monsters were meant to be eaten. You hug Mar tightly, reassuring him that you will not hand him over to anyone. Mar looks at you with his round eyes and mews softly. You meet eyes with the rest of your party and reach a tacit agreement. Together, you all stand and leave.
I want to beat him up more.
His consciousness fading, the headman asks, "What did I do?"
Wonder what he would have said if we didn't leave so early. Time to leave.
As you are about to leave the headman's house, though, the old man suddenly charges at you from behind. But Mar, the keener of you two, is quick to block his path. With a crash, Mar and the headman tumble to the ground. From the headman's hand falls a small blade. It clatters to the ground, covered in blood. You take the injured Mar to an inn where you can watch over him. You gaze at the unconscious Mar with concern. Despite the shallow wound, no amount of medicine seems to rouse Mar from the bed. I heard that my friends were in danger, so I came as quickly as I could, Lappy says. As he reaches Mar's bedside, he leans over and licks his wound. This is what-you-call-it extract, he shouts.
What?
He explains that it is a poison extracted from a certain monster. If it enters the body, it drastically reduces one's stamina. Hearing those words, you realize the headman's blade must have been coated in this poison. Mar's condition starts to make sense. Isn't there anything we can do? Melanie asks. Lappy's eyes widen in realization before he places his mouth over Mar's wound and begins sucking. He then puts the what-you-call-it extract into a bottle and hands it to you.
See the what-you-call-it extract from Lappy. Strange exact Lappy collected from Mar.
Lappy says that if you follow the road south of the village, you will reach Shoreland. He tells you to give the extract to the famous nutritionist there.
What do you say to Lappy? Lappy should go.
You try asking Lappy to go in your stead. Since you already know the particulars, why don't you go? I would love to go, but alas, I am a monster, and still a child, he answers. Thus venturing to other towns would be perilous. You raise an eyebrow, recalling someone who had said they were ready to leave the village on a journey. You decide to go, knowing that Mar's health is your top priority. But this is strange. The extract comes from a monster, so it should have no effect on one, Lappy remarks with a curious tilt of his head.
No, not Mar. Follow the road leading south from Unionville towards Shoreland. Further necessary requirement to unlock the village headman's flipside story. Well, alright, you schmuck. What's your story? Calvin Gormand, in his young days, the headman was long been fond of monsters, so much so he founded Unionville, where humans and monsters coexist. Look, don't tell the whole story. Even the most incredible looking, or inedible looking things and harbor incredible flavors. It explains his table filled with dishes never before seen. Yeah.
He urges you to hurry on to Shoreland and find the nutritionist.
We'll be back, buddy.
I thought a beast of that size would eat us out of house and home, she remarks, no doubt talking about Mar.
No.
The girl sighs. You're dirty again, she says, wiping a slime's mouth. Mr. Flobby, you're alive, you exclaim in glee. This is Mr. Globby, Mr. Flobby's cousin, she tells you.
Ooh, yikes.
The girl sighs. You're dirty again, she says, wiping Mr. Flobby's cousin, Mr. Globby. The headman's guilty pleasure of eating monsters has reached the ears of the people, and he has been chased from the village. The man looks sad, saying he cannot believe no one realized he was eating children.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up.
The little orc pouts, wondering where the headman went in such a hurry.
I don't think you need to question that.
My big friend is gone, says the furball sadly, after realizing Mar is nowhere in sight.
Monster vanishes in a village where such creatures live together in peace with humankind. On its trail, the proud witch encounters a one-eyed man from her past. As the Ivory Order and mysterious man cross blades, the self-proclaimed heroes slink away to see the missing monster's home. Hidden Village's secret comes to light. It is united in name alone. The monster falls protecting the would-be hero from the headman's blade. Knowing they must save their precious companion, the party sets out to the next town, where they meet two stalwart men who devote their lives to nutrition. Chapter 4: Shoreland. Unionville. Follow the road leading south from Unionville towards Shoreland. Oh, jeez. Burton Harbor, Shoreland, and then we have a lighthouse, a musty tower. We are going to do that next time. So thank you so much for joining me in this session. Look forward to our next episode of The Voice of Cards, The Isle Dragon Roars. And until then, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Take care.